Hello, my name is Letizia Gonzalez and welcome back to another lecture from the 2020 Honors Chemistry Lecture Series. Today I will be talking about indoor air pollution. Indoor air pollution has to do with the chemicals that reside in our household. These chemicals can stick onto walls, carpets, floors, and furniture, and these chemicals can release toxins, pollutants, which could negatively harm us. In this video I will be talking about the effects and what will happen if unsupervised. This is the outline I will be using for my presentation, which includes my CNE article, the health effects of indoor air pollution, and its sources. Chemists move indoors to measure the air quality in our homes is the title of my CNE article. This article stated that most people spend 90% of their time indoors, 70% of that time is at home. Stoves, cleaning products, and furnishings are one of the main things that cause indoor air pollution. Oxidants, which are reactants that removes electrons from other reactants and compounds, form new molecules. Particles deposit from these compounds, which start to collect on walls, windows, and carpets. The vast majority of organic chemicals that we could measure in air were substantially higher indoors than outdoors. This was stated by atmospheric chemist Alan H. Goldstein, which basically means that there are more chemicals that have carbon indoors than outdoors. The image on the right shows different chemicals in our indoor environments. Starting from the top is oleic acid, which is used for cooking. Limonene is used for cleaning products. Decamethylcyclopentasiloxane, or D5, is used for personal care products. Diethyl phthalate is used for packaging products. And squalene is just people themselves. Exposure to this can lead to health effects, both long-term and immediate. Some immediate health effects include irritation of the eyes, nose, and throat, dizziness, headaches, and fatigue. Some long-term health effects include respiratory diseases, heart diseases, and even cancer. Some sources of indoor air pollution include tobacco products such as cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and cigars, fuel-burning combustion appliances such as furnaces, ovens, and fireplaces, carpets such as flooring, and furniture. Tobacco. Tobacco risks the possibility of respiratory diseases. Even children are put at risk, and with the chances of getting asthma. Adults are also put at risk because they could also get heart diseases and/or lung cancer. These tobacco products hold arsenic and butane. When these products are inhaled, they can lead to major health effects. Exposure to arsenic can include the possibility of convulsions, loss of consciousness, paralysis, respiratory compromise that could possibly lead to death. Long-term effects could include kidney damage, numbness, and neurological symptoms such as memory loss, confusion, and irritability. An inhalation of butane could lead to cardiac arrest. There had been a case report where an 18-year-old boy was inhaling butane and he was soon taken to the hospital, and even after multiple days he was still in the hospital. He still remained to be disoriented and uncooperative. Fuel-burning combustion appliances. Like tobacco, carbon monoxide can affect everyone, babies and adults. Death can also be a possible outcome when inhaling carbon monoxide. There is a great effect upon unborn babies, infants, and people with anemia or a history of heart disease when inhaling carbon monoxide. This causes breathing levels to go even lower than usual. This also increases the possibility of chest pains when inhaling this. Higher levels of carbon monoxide can lead to dizziness and headaches, even on healthy people. Overexposure can cause sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, confusion, and disorientation. With even higher levels, this could cause the loss of consciousness and even death. Like carbon monoxide, inhalation of nitrogen dioxide causes shortness of breath. However, healthy people are not as much as a risk as they would be in exposure to carbon monoxide, although those with respiratory illnesses are still at risk. Because they're still at risk, they have the possibility of getting these side effects of shortness of breath. When exposed, children are to more likely have colds and flus if they are to be exposed with low levels of nitrogen dioxide. People with asthma, let's just say if they were to be exercising and there was a low level of nitrogen dioxide, their lung airways can narrow and they react more to inhaled materials. People with asthma are more likely to suffer when inhaling sulfur dioxide. When inhaling, it can cause eye, nose, and respiratory tract irritation. High exposure of sulfur dioxide can lead to lung airways narrowing. Because of the narrowing, it causes chest tightness and breathing problems. Carpets. Carpets traps pollutants. These pollutants are lead, mold spores, pesticides, dirt, and dust. Toxic gases can stick to small particles and they settle into carpets. These pollutants can go airborne even when you're walking on the carpet. Children are more likely to be exposed to this because they're always on the floor playing. Even chemicals used in some new carpets can even cause harm to your health. Some of these chemicals are made by volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. VOCs are emitted as gases from certain solids or liquids. VOCs are many types of chemicals. Some can even affect your health, both short and long term. Because this presentation is about indoor air pollution, volatile organic compounds are to be found more likely indoors than outdoors. They can even be found in aerosol sprays, pesticides, and even paints. Furniture. Many home furnishings, including wooden furniture, could contain off-gas chemicals. These chemicals can release into the air that we breathe. Formaldehyde, which is used in wooden furniture, releases pollutants into the indoor environments. Formaldehyde can cause burning sensation in the eyes and the throat and could cause nausea and difficulty breathing. Formaldehyde is known as a human carcinogen. Based off the heat and the humidity of a location, formaldehyde is released. The hotter a location is, the more the formaldehyde emits. Flame retardants also emit pollutants in a household. Exposure to this can be linked to cancer, reproductive issues, and brain development in humans and animals. Flame retardants are now used in couches. The chemical tris is suspected to be a human carcinogen. This carcinogen was used in children's pajamas about 40 years ago. When tested, this carcinogen was found in half of the couches that were tested. These flame retardants are mostly found in the cushions. They, however, do not stay in the cushions. They are rigid fibers, and over time, they break down and get into the air. They then settle, becoming dust on flat surfaces, such as the walls and the floor. This still does not make it safe because, as humans, we still make contact with the wall and the floor. Its contact can then get to us. Many things in our household other than physical objects can harm us. This being chemicals and, of course, indoor air pollution, which is the chemicals that surround us all. These chemicals are on the floor, which we walk on every day, which means every time we take a step, we're releasing some toxins into our house. As long as we don't experience shortness of breath, dizziness, or nausea, I think we'll be okay avoiding carbon monoxide poisoning or effects of sulfur dioxide or nitrogen dioxide.